Welcome to 7 times 70 at 7times70.substack.com. A video view by Patrick Chisholm.
May zeal for his house consume you. Do you, with your whole heart and soul and all day every day, long to be with God? Because if not, upon leaving this world, don't expect to be whisked away directly to heaven. That's the conclusion one reaches from reading an unpublished manuscript on Purgatory, written by a French nun who from 1874 to 1890 allegedly was visited by the soul of a deceased fellow nun who was in purgatory. The soul told her, "There is the purgatory of desire which is called the threshold. Very few escape this. To avoid it altogether, one must ardently desire heaven and the vision of God. That is rare, rarer than people think, because even pious people are afraid of God and have not, therefore, sufficiently strong desire of going to heaven. This purgatory has its very painful martyrdom like the others. The deprivation of the sight of our loving Jesus adds to the intense suffering. As one commentator wrote, and so this is the key, wanting badly enough to go to heaven. It is something we must all yearn for, pray for, desire with the very fiber of our being, and do so constantly. We have to want to be with God badly enough. If not, there is purgatory, and the average stay, claimed Sister M.G., was comparable to 30 to 40 years of earth time. Your whole heart and soul must be submerged in Him, said the nun about attaining heaven, so that you do nothing except what is His pleasure. Rise above earthly things and your surroundings to lose yourself entirely in His will. How do we grow to yearn to be with the Lord with every fiber of our being? One thing to do is simply ask Him for that desire. Do it on a frequent basis. Implore Him to increase your longing for Him, such as, "God, help me love you more." Just by doing that, you may feel a stronger desire to be with Him. Read or recite Bible passages that express a passion for God. They include, "Zeal for your house consumes me." Psalm 69 verse 10. Another such passage is, "As the deer longs for the running waters, so my soul longs for you, O God. Athirst is my soul for God, the living God. When shall I go and behold the face of God?" Psalm 42 verses 2 to 3. Also, "O God, you are my God, for you I long, for you my soul is thirsting. My body pines for you like a dry weary land without water. So I gaze on you in the sanctuary to see your strength and your glory." Psalm 63 verses 2 to 3. Instilling in ourselves zeal for the King of Kings is also brought about by frequent Mass, daily if possible, Eucharistic adoration, Bible reading, other spiritual reading, unceasing prayer, and marveling at God's natural wonders. Regarding the last, taking nature walks can help. Gazing at the greenery, the clouds, the morning mist, the fields, hills, and sky, and not taking them for granted but regarding them as direct creations of God, helps one long for God. If He creates such beautiful works, imagine how beautiful He the Creator must be to look upon. Whether walking, sitting, or even driving, don't take the trees for granted. Appreciate how remarkable they are. They're truly manifestations of God's glory. How beautiful are all His works! Delightful to gaze upon and a joy to behold. Sirach 42 verse 22. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. All the earth is filled with His glory. Isaiah 6 verse 3. And it's not just the trees' beauty but also the exquisite engineering inside them. These living creatures are bursting with tens of thousands of little solar panels called leaves, which make food for the tree using sunlight and water as inputs. Watch an animated YouTube video on how photosynthesis works to get an inkling of this extraordinary process that only the mind of God could have designed. Even something so seemingly mundane as grass manifests the glory of God. The engineering in one little blade is light years ahead of anything mankind can construct. In addition to photosynthesis, there's manufacturing, nutrient transportation, information transfer and storage, waste disposal, and much more in each cell, organized in a systematic and integrated manner. For when his children see the work of my hands in his midst, they shall sanctify my name. Isaiah 29 verse 23. And no, the engineering in a blade of grass certainly did not derive from random chance. That's absurd and an insult to God. Of course, be on guard not to get so mesmerized by nature that one ends up, in true New Age fashion, worshipping the creations rather than the Creator. They exchanged the truth of God for a lie, and revered and worshipped the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Romans 1 verse 25. What about the astonishing creations of people? When we're awestruck by the things we humans can accomplish, we should be awestruck by our Creator who endowed us with the ability to do so. What is man that you should keep him in mind, mortal man that you care for him? Yet you have made him little less than a god, with glory and honor you crowned him, gave him power over the works of your hand, put all things under his feet. Psalm 8 verses 5-7. Quite apart from regarding humans as some kind of scourge upon the earth, as many radical environmentalists do, we should be awed by humanity. We're God's pinnacle of creation, his magnum opus, made in his image and likeness. It behooves us to study and ponder what an incredible creation humans are, intellectually, physically, spiritually, and appreciate that our Father and Designer must be vastly more amazing and wonderful. Everyone wants to go to heaven, but how often do they equate that with union with God? That actually is what heaven is all about. So to get there, put into practice prayers, sacraments, contemplations, learnings, and actions that will bring you closer to God. To love Him more, to yearn for Him more.
Thank you for watching this 7x70 video view. For the latest commentary on religion, politics, culture, and more, go to 7x70.substack.com.